Hi, I'm Natalie. Natalie Hernandez from Insync Physiotherapy here in North Burnaby. And today we're just gonna show Patricio here how to stretch out the front of your thigh and the front of your hip, which is your hip flexors. And usually this is very helpful for runners as well as like those people who usually sit a lot, like at work, like just something to do end of day to help out that back as well. So to do that hip flexor stretch, like we'll go over it in sequence. And to start with the hip flexor, it's very good to always know how to landmark yourself. You always get a feel of that bony area there, and during this stretch just make sure that's always like in symmetry. So there, can you feel that? Yes. So since this is a stretch, it's always good to feel supported, like so that we don't go off balance. So the first thing is, since we're landmarking there, is all I want you to think of is like pull that tailbone in, or kind of tighten that butt, right? And like if you're very tight, you'll automatically feel that stretch over there. Just make sure you keep that spine nice and straight and try not to lean back too much, and you can now support yourself over here. So if you feel that there's stretch at this position, then hold that stretch for 20 seconds, hold, 30 seconds, hold. Like obviously you want to do this on both sides, right? You can do 2-3 repetitions of it, end of day, start of day, 2-3 times a day. And the next step, if this gets easier for you, what I want you to focus on is actually keeping that core in, spine straight, pulling that butt in. You're gonna try to bring that knee towards the front, and you will feel a deeper stretch on that left side of your hip. Yeah, that works out. And same thing, do it on both sides. And I find that to get a deeper stretch in this position too, like if you have a block, you can hang on to it too, or a stool. Like let your other hand hang out on the side. Like support yourself on that one, or let me just switch this, all right? It's easier this way. And keeping that spine nice and straight, core on, drive that forward. While this hand is hanging low, imagine you're trying to reach for that opposite knee, like keeping that nice and straight. Yeah. So that's a good progression for this stretch, and you hold that position. And then going back. So the last end goal is a combination of your hip flexor as well as your front of that thigh, which is your actual runner stretch. So if we were to try it, what you want to do is you can use a belt if it gets really like hard to reach for that foot. But the idea is same here, keep that spine nice and straight, core on, pull that belly in or tuck your butt in, drive that knee forward, and if you can, pull that out using a belt or your hand. So that's your runner stretch, and go deeper if you can. So for stretch, stronger doesn't mean better. Go to that comfortable range and try not to over pull the muscle. So yeah, that's our stretch for today. Thank you.